Good evening. Here with you, Mark Mansour. I am a cybersecurity student at UCF, and here I am going to be presenting the Exploiting Internal Trust, Phishing from the Inside Behavioral Cybersecurity Experimental Proposal. It's I also wanted to introduce myself. I'm Mark Mansour again, and I'm presenting this on July 30th. And yeah, let's get straight into it. This title is basically how our study focuses on how trust and internal communications can be exploited in phishing attacks. So my main motivation and purpose for the study is that phishing remained one of the biggest cybersecurity threats implicated in the vast majority of cyber incidents. What's especially concerning is how these attacks exploit human trust, and usually attackers often impersonate trusted and internal sources. For example, an email that looks like it's from your own IT department to lower your guard, and or an email from your CEO, or there's many more, or from your friend. In fact, one analysis of 67,000 phishing emails found that employees clicked on supposed internal emails almost twice, 2 times as much as often as external email. You can see in the bar graph it's about 78% more successful compared to the external, which is at 37%. A dramatic real world example is, for example, the 2020 Twitter hack, which attackers phoned employees while posing as Twitter IT support, and the employees trusted them and gave up their credentials, such as password and whatever. This inside deception led to a major compromise, and the study is motivated by these facts and aims to understand this phenomenon a bit deeper. The purpose is to investigate whether phishing attacks that appear internal truly are more effective and why. Ultimately, this can help us devise better training and safeguards to protect employees from these tailored attacks. In reviewing the literature, we found a clear research gap. While phishing and social engineering have been studied extensively, a few studies zero in on the role of the sender's perceived identity, whether an email coming from IT support versus a random external source makes a difference in victim response. Intuitively, it should, but the extent hasn't been well quantified. Likewise, there is an assumption that IT professionals are much better at avoiding phishing. However, research is not conclusive, as again, IT could also fall for it and it's not fully established. Likewise, there is an assumption that some evidence suggests technical staff can be just as prone. Finally, social engineer exploits authority. People tend to obey messages from figures like executive and IT admins or CEOs. These insights shape our research question. Does impersonating an internal authority boost attack success compared to an external sender? And do IT trained professionals that behave differently from non-IT employees? We've broken down our goals into clear objectives. First, we will measure what we call the internal trust effect, essentially how much more effective a phishing email is when it masquerades as an internal communication. Second, we will compare two groups, those with IT or cybersecurity expertise versus ordinary employees without specialized training. Third, we'll try to identify the key behavioral factors at play. Does the internal email create a false sense of security or urgency? Well, we will gather qualitative feedback to understand the decisive cues. Finally, we aim to translate these findings into practical advice. If we confirm the internal impersonation is especially dangerous, organization might need to be adjusted their training and policies. For example, by emphasizing verification of internal requests and clarifying how IT will never ask for password via email. Here's how we plan to carry out the experiment. We'll recruit two sets of participants. One for ordinary employees or students acting as employees, and another set with an IT background. We're aiming around 30 to 50 people in each group to have enough data. The design is a 2 by 2 factorial. One factor is the type of email they get, internal looking or external, and the other factor is the participant's own IT expertise. Each participant will receive just one phishing email. For example, someone might get an email appearing to be from IT support asking them to update their VPN. That's our internal condition. While another receives a similar message from an external vendor, the procedure involves sending these emails at random, tracking clicks and credentials, entry attempts, and who reports the email. Afterward, they debrief the participant and survey them about what cues they noticed. Ethics are central. Participants know they're part of security study, no real credentials are harvested, and everything is anonymized. Primary outcome, then everything is anonymized. Primary outcome, including click rates with secondary metrics like reporting behavior and perceived legitimacy. So what do we expect to see? First, we anticipate that the emails pretending to come from an internal source will be significantly more effective than external phishing, perhaps double the click rate. Recall that earlier data showed internal phish could achieve 78% success compared to 37% for internal. In a hospital case study, a customized internal email achieved a staggering 55 clicks rate versus 7% for internal one. For our study, we predict more modest but still substantial differences, around 20% clicks for an external looking and 40% for internal looking. For the IT versus non-IT comparison, we expect the IT professional to do slightly better and not immune, around possibly 10%. For the to do slight benign, but prior evidence suggests technical staff can be just as prone to errors, so the significance of our work is to shine light on the human trust factor. Trust and internal sources can be weaponized. These insights should inform zero trust training policies. For example, encouraging verification for any sensitive request. Future research could extend to voice phishing or test whether awareness intervention reduce susceptibility to internal impersonation. Here are all the slides of references, but overall, the important thing about this whole experiment is it's basically testing that although you do have all the previous knowledge from being in IT, does the human side of you still outshine that non-thing? Are humans more overall would be trusting with other humans, even if they are a little bit more questioning where the emails come from or not? Hopefully this would help in the future be able to identify where it would be the issue and fix the policies and how it would result with it. And hopefully it would reduce it by a whole lot. Since again, usually IT have a lot of more access roles compared to a regular team member, and this would really help in the long run. Thank you.